Well, hello and welcome.
Hey, thanks.
Yeah, it's another day.
It is.
We're distanced from one another
More than usual.
more than usual, and we recommend that all our listeners practice social distancing as well.
Yes, we are recording remotely from each other, so don't take our podcast as an excuse to do more than you already use it as an excuse to do.
Right.
You know what I'm talking about.
I think what he means is just because it sounds like we're together, don't assume, hey, they're together, why can't I hang out with Joe across the street?
Don't make assumptions. Just in general, knock it off.
Well, all right.
Yeah, so once upon a time, there was a movie
Right.
that played in the theaters,
Oh, yeah, it did.
in which many people argued it probably shouldn't have,
Oh, for sure.
called Cats.
Yes.
And we didn't get around to seeing it in
No.
the
No,
theater.
Not in theaters. Mostly because we were self-respecting human beings.
Yeah, there's that. And or at least that's the moniker that we
Right.
try to keep up. But it is now out on digital.
Yes.
Which was bold of them to continue to make it accessible to the world.
Yeah. Hey.
And so we've decided to each secure a copy of it and watch.
More like subject ourselves to it.
Yeah, it's of all the movies I've ever rented, I think
Yeah.
I think this one probably hurt my self-respect the most.
Well, this was an interesting one because obviously this wasn't a vote. This is a bonus episode because it's a newer release. But this movie, amongst our fans, I dare to say, had a bit of a demand. Like, there were a few people that were calling for us to watch it and talk about it.
Which do you like? I wonder if that's. I wonder if it's just appealing for us to tear into things. That's got to be what this is.
Maybe. What if we like it?
There's no way. There's no way that people are like, oh man, they're.
Oh yeah.
I really want to hear them talk about my favorite film, Cats. Like, that's just not.
Yeah.
Ever what was going to happen.
Or yeah.
Okay, I just want to say before we get into anything, a couple of things. One,
please.
So it's a middle of the week episode.
Yep.
Partially because hey, why not? And partially because we understand that everybody is, considering very, very seriously breaking out the game of Monopoly. They're that bored. And so we want to save you from Park Place and just give you something to do throughout the week. So there is a plan to up our content output a little bit over the next coming weeks or months, depending on how long the world is crazy. Some of it may include both of us. Some of it may just include one of us.
Some of it may include none of us.
Or neither of us. Yeah. It could be
just a recording of my faucet running water.
Yeah, like we could review A Quiet Place, in which case.
Yeah.
And we just won't.
We won't talk.
We won't say anything. But so there's that. Spoilers, we're going to talk about this movie as if you were sitting beside us pulling your hair out just as we were.
Right.
And I went into this movie with really low hopes.
Sure.
No, sorry. That's wrong. I went into this movie with really low expectations. I went into it with really high hopes.
Okay. Yeah.
I didn't think it was going to be good.
Sure.
But I really wanted it to. I really wanted to come out of this movie going, what was everybody talking about?
Right.
Like, this was phenomenal. Yeah, so that's just, I'm just setting the stage.
Yeah, and I mean, I think I was in the same boat. I wanted to be pleasantly surprised. I've never had an appreciation for the actual play Cats, so I had low expectations. just because I feel like, I don't know if this is a common thing or just maybe in some of the circles I go in, but like Cats is kind of the play that you use as a joke, kind of like as the topic of a joke. Just it's that piece of quote unquote art that you just kind of refer to as kind of like lowbrow kind of crap.
Right.
But
do you like Cats, the animal in general?
I mean, no.
You're a dog person.
Yeah, I feel like with cats, just in general, like, why would you befriend an animal that's continually thinking about eating you once you're dead?
So, okay, here's the thing.
Yeah,
we looked up in our infinite boredom these days. We looked up. We actually looked this up the other day, and we were reading reports of cats, or of animals in general, consuming their owners after they'd passed.
Dear goodness.
And it, contrary to popular,
contrary to trees' beliefs, the popular trees.
Contrary to popular belief, dogs are just as likely to
Interesting.
eat you. Yeah.
Interesting.
Because basically what it comes down to is, your meat, and dogs like meat.
Sure.
And so the big difference is a cat will eat you down to the bone.
This is way more than I wanted to know.
But a dog will only leave fragments of bone, because dogs also, like, a dog eats all the meat and then they go, ooh, bones. And so then a dog will chew on your femur until there's...
I regret bringing this up.
Little to go around. So yeah, we're in the process of switching up the format of the show a little bit.
Yeah.
We're going to move trivia up to the beginning.
Yes.
So that all of you people who listen only for the trivia can get the hell out of Dodge. Immediately.
Yeah, listen and get out.
Yeah.
All right, so should we get it going?
Come on.
Yeah, let's do it.
What do you got? I will take horrible movie about felines for 300.
Sure. All right. At what point did the likes of Taylor Swift, Idris Elba, and Ian McKellen go, uh-oh, what have I done signing up for this? And it's multiple choice. So did they say this during the first script read-through, during the first day of shooting, at the world premiere, or all of the above?
So this is really okay. So, according to who?
I'm just,
what is the source? Like, have they said this in interviews? Have they?
I should clarify. This
film?
Isn't actually, unlike normal where it's actually based on like a factual thing. This is more just farcical. Like, this is more just your opinion.
So then all three.
All three, yeah. Okay. So the first actual trivia question. So obviously this movie is based on a famous Broadway production called Cats. The musical was originally based off written work by which classical author? And I'm going to give you some choices.
Ooh.
So the premise of the story is based off of which author? T.S. Eliot, F. Scott Fitzgerald, Ernest Hemingway, or Edgar Allan Poe?
Oh, interesting. I'm going to go... I really don't know. Like, this is a total stab in the dark.
Going into it, I had no idea that it was even remotely... Like, anyone of talent actually touched this to begin with, so I was surprised altogether.
I'm going to go with Fitzgerald, just because...
Cool.
Just because that's a name that I'm least familiar with.
Sure.
So the way my brain is working right now is that if I'm least familiar with it, maybe you're least familiar with it, which means you're more familiar with the other three, making it more likely that those are options you made up.
Sure. I see the logic in that. You are incorrect. I do appreciate you picking Fitzgerald, because I love F. Scott Fitzgerald, specifically The Great Gatsby, and a few other things. But the stage musical of Cats by Andrew Lloyd Webber was based on the poetry collection Old Possum's Book of Practical Cats in 1939 by T.S. Eliot.
Oh, okay. See, so my second guess would have been wrong as well. Like, I can't go, that's what, that's what I was going to say.
Right.
But no, my second guess would have been Edgar Allan Poe.
Okay.
So I was wrong regardless.
Hey, well, you had I liked your your thought process of how you got there.
Thanks, man.
Yep.
Sometimes I think things through. Sometimes.
Right. So I've got a true or false question here.
Okay.
Was this the first time Taylor Swift had... sorry, my brain is farting here. Is it auditioned? I guess it'd be an audition even though it's a musical. Sorry. Is this the first time Taylor Swift has auditioned for a Tom Hooper film?
Oh, that's interesting because aside from Les Mis, I don't know what else Tom Hooper has directed.
Do you want me to, I can give you some option, like some other Tom Hooper films if you like.
I mean, yeah, can you do that?
Yeah, I can. I will allow it. So Tom Hooper films. So obviously Cats, we just mentioned Les Mis, The King's Speech, The Danish Girl. I'll limit it at those. I'll let you choose from that because the rest I've never even heard of.
I mean, I don't know. Again, this is a stat. I'm gonna say false.
Okay. Yep, that's fair.
Okay.
Is that your final answer?
It is, and is a total stab in the dark.
Which is fine. So you're correct. Taylor Swift actually had tested for a role in Les Mis, but ultimately just didn't get the position awarded to her, but was given this part in Cats without an audition.
She would have been young in that.
So Les Mis came out around 2013, so she probably would have been young 20s-ish.
20, yeah, like 22.
22, 23-ish. Yeah, depending on the role. I don't know exactly what
song.
role she applied for.
Okay.
So, yeah. So correct. The last thing, I don't even want to ask it in a trivia question. I think I'm going to just state it as like, here it is, and this kind of can transition into our talking into the Cats film. So Tom Hooper went from Les Mis. We just mentioned that. He went from... A lot of people enjoy this movie. It has a following, to say the least. Les Mis, from an Academy point of view, was nominated for 8 Academy Awards.
Okay.
In contrast, the only awards that Cats was awarded for... So, there's 2 actual real awards. It was nominated for a Golden Globe for Best Original Song, which it didn't win. It was nominated for Favorite Movie Actress by Nickelodeon Kids' Choice Awards, which is still pending.
Highly prestigious.
The other 2, 4, 6, 7 awards are for the Golden Raspberry Awards, which are
a Razzie.
Yeah, if the listeners aren't familiar, like it's just a farcical thing that bad movies get awarded for.
Yeah.
And it actually cleaned up. It got 2, 3, 4, 5. It got 6 of those awards. So I guess that's good that it's bad, or bad that it's good. It depends how you look at it. But just from Tom Hooper to go from Les Mis to this flaming pile of garbage, that's... Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, yeah, we'll get into that.
We'll get into that.
Yeah.
So I kind of just want to get your opinion. Like, obviously, I wasn't into Cats at all as far as the play. I've never seen Cats. When I've seen pictures of the production, I found just kind of the furry costumes just kind of almost too fuzzy and just aesthetically unappealing and horrible. And I've never had any interest in actually seeing the play. What was your knowledge of the underlying play or the story of Cats going into this?
So, I mean, I knew that it existed for sure.
Oh, of course.
And I don't know where, but somewhere as a kid, I don't know if it was a advertisement at the beginning of a VHS that I watched a lot, or what it was. But
Sure.
But somewhere as a kid, I frequently saw the same advertisement for the stage production.
Oh, really?
Which is how I knew it was a thing.
Sure.
But that's about it. I didn't know what the premise was. I didn't know the plot. I know I know the iconic image of the two yellow cat's eyes with the dancers as the pupils. But that's kind of it. Like I went into this as a 90s kid, for sure I knew about it. But I hadn't heard any of the songs. And I didn't know the plot.
No. Yeah. I was surprised. I was expecting at least, there's a lot of songs in this, as a side note. I was expecting that at least one or two I would have not realized I knew, but I just had somehow heard it in other forms of media. But maybe
not a one.
There's one that I maybe knew, but I'm leaning towards none. Like,
okay.
Yeah.
I'd be in the same boat. There was nothing that I was like, oh wow, that's a Cats song. No.
Right.
No.
That song I sing on the way to work every day is from Cats?
That's from Cats?
What?
Jeez.
Gee golly.
Every night before my grandpa died, he used to sing that. No, but like,
right.
No, there was nothing familiar.
Yeah.
Or safe.
or
feeling
worthy,
or comforting to me
worthy,
about this film.
One thing I want to say about this is, I'm not going to defend the film in any way. It was a train wreck, both financially and just as a piece of art. The one thing I do, so the premise, like, what are they supposed to do with the premise of Cats for the first point? Like, how are you supposed to make something magical or enlightening or fantastic if your crude supplies are just like sticks and mud on the ground? But the one thing I will say is I personally didn't mind the portrayal of the actual cats in this movie. Like, I found the cats just more aesthetically pleasing. I think it's more just a situation of the lesser of two evils, like compared to like pictures of the actual play. I just find unappeasing and just kind of just not good. So I think of the two, this one hurt a little bit less. But that's one thing I will say, at least this movie did a little bit okay.
I mean, I think I would disagree with your appraisal of the costumes for the stage production. Like, looking at them, I'm looking at them right now, and
sure.
they don't irk me at all.
It could just be a personal thing.
It could be. You could just be not into
adult costumes of cats.
Yeah, of people in. Anyways, but I also don't. I also didn't have a problem with the character design overall.
Sure.
Maybe with the exception of, like, I don't know. And I said this is something that I said when the trailer first came out.
Yep.
Back in the summer. And I mimic, I mimic that opinion now that I've seen the film, which is basically, it felt like some strange fetishy kind of like,
right,
just, I don't know, the parts of the cats which they chose to make,
right,
like when their decision and they're sitting down and figuring out, okay, anatomically, there you go. I know that's a word, and I don't know why I
that's all right.
Anyways, what decisions do we want to make here anatomically?
Sure. Yep. They're at the drawing board, and like they've got the coffee out, and they're like, okay, where are we going with this?
Yeah. How creepy do we want to get with it?
How offended do we want the elderly to be when they see this?
Yeah, like how awkward should you feel sitting in the living room watching this with your parents?
Like cringe, just cringe or wince, or like you drop what you're doing?
Like American Pie awkward, or
knocked up.
Or Knocked Up.
I know someone.
Like what's?
I know someone who watched Knocked Up with their parents. No, sorry, Juno. They watched Juno with their parents.
Oh, that's not so bad.
I think it's not like the most like, hey, I want to watch this with my parents film of all time. But I guess there are worse.
Yeah. Yeah. I would agree.
Okay. Sorry. Anyway, so they're at the drawing board and they're saying, what are we doing here?
Yeah. And someone said, well, we got to give them nice complexions. That's for sure. Right. Well, yes, we have to do that.
Yes, you're right. Yes.
And we should probably make them like Barbie and Ken dolls down below, right? yes, that seems right. But the women, I'm just thinking, how else will the viewer know that it's a woman?
Right.
Unless we give them, boobs. Is that like, it's like what?
It is kind of, like, you do make a point, like, it is kind of arbitrary, like, why that one thing, like, either all or nothing, like, not that I need to see cat genitals, but it's just kind of like a random, like, here's the random line we're drawing down the middle here.
I want a t-shirt that says, I don't need to see cat genitals.
Hey.
And I want to wear it to PetSmart. I just want to wander around. But no, it to me that was strange.
Sure.
Something interesting was pointed out to me.
Okay.
In the scene where Victoria meets she meets the two calicos.
Right. Yep.
And there's a male and a female.
Okay.
Which isn't actually like there in real life there are no male calico cats.
Okay. Oh.
Right. So it's something like two of the colors. I don't know which two colors they are.
Sure. Yep.
The person I was talking to thought that maybe it was the gray and the white, but they weren't 100% sure. But two of the colors necessary in making a calico are carried by the X chromosomes.
Oh, okay.
Which means unless you got two, you're only getting one of those colors.
Right. Okay.
So, yeah.
So that
was even right there. That was like, no.
Yeah.
No. But star-studded cast in this film.
So star-studded.
Jason Derulo, who I didn't know. I may be saying that wrong.
Isn't it Jason Derulo? Maybe?
Yeah. Isn't that what I said?
I don't know if I'm saying it right. I don't know.
Anyway. JD.
Right.
He, it was nice to see that he was still alive because I'm pretty sure I haven't heard about him since I was in high school.
Right. Yeah, it's nice to know he's still doing okay.
And he, was like the theme song of high school dances.
Which song? Which one?
Oh God, what's that song from? Like I'll look it up here. We'll keep talking. But
okay.
So
I'm going to make a comment while you're looking that up, just based on the star-studded cast, and I think this quote kind of encapsulates how I feel, and maybe how you feel. But it's by Peter DeBrugge of Variety, and he called the film one of those once-in-a-blue-moon embarrassments that mars the resumes of great actors and trips up the careers of promising newcomers. That's just in context, Sir Ian McKellen is in this movie, Judi Dench, Idris Elba, all these established actors. You go, what are you doing here? And then the main girl, who played by Francesca Hayward, you feel kind of sorry.
I don't know.
You feel kind of sorry. It's like this is kind of going to be your introduction.
This will be your legacy.
Hollywood. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. So the two songs that I was thinking of are What You Say from 2009.
Yes. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yep.
And then In My Head from 2010.
Man, put those two songs on repeat and there you go.
No, that's what the radio did.
Exactly. Yeah.
My God. Yeah, so every time a new actor showed up in this film who I knew, whether it was Ian McKellen or Judi Dench or James Corden or Rebel Wilson, who, with the exception of Jojo Rabbit, I never am really blown away by Rebel Wilson's. Like, I'm never like, oh, that was so funny.
As a little tangent here, I kind of agree. I watched her in Pitch Perfect, and I was like, okay, it's kind of funny. And then ever since then, it's just kind of fallen flat, and I just feel it's not anything to write home about.
Well, I feel like for the most part, she always plays the same character.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Right? Similar to, it was the same reason I don't care for, like, I'm sure Melissa McCarthy is capable of incredible acting.
Sure.
But she had one role that I didn't like.
Okay.
And that's the role that everyone has cast her in ever since.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
She plays the same character every time, and I just don't...
Yep.
It just doesn't work for me. I don't think it's funny.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's just irritating.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
But I did like, I don't know. I think seeing people who I recognized was maybe a saving grace.
I would say absolutely.
Gave me a reason to keep watching.
That was the only lifeline.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
As more characters were introduced, whether it was people we knew or we didn't know, ultimately this movie has a lot of faults, but one of its main faults at its core, I just found there to be way too much going on with characters. In that a character would be introduced and they'd have their kind of expositional song of, hey, this is who they are. I enjoy getting fat. I enjoy doing this. I enjoy doing that. And I just kind of found it too much, like too many characters were being added on and on and on, that just I was kind of having trouble differentiating the cats at a glance. And I just felt like it was way too much going on. I wasn't emotionally invested in any of them. And I know I can't just compare it to previous work, but compared to Les Mis, I found this to be a pretty big fault in the movie.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. And I haven't seen Les Mis, but compared to other,
sure.
There was just too many characters. Now, okay, but here's the thing.
Okay.
A lot of the grievances that I have with this film, I feel like are grievances that I would also have if I went to go see the play.
So
I don't know, like too many characters and not enough character development.
Sure.
To some extent, is that Tom Hooper's fault?
Sure.
Well, yes and no.
Maybe.
Right? Like, so we recently just did Sweeney Todd.
Yes.
And if you watch, you can go on YouTube. There's several different live performances of Sweeney Todd you can watch.
Right.
And there's a lot of songs.
Famous musical. Yep.
Yeah, and there's some songs that have been cut out. There are some songs that have been cut short. There are some lines that have been put in. There are some characters that have just flat out been removed because they're unnecessary for Tim Burton's film.
Gotcha.
And so I think, and I don't know, again, having not seen Cats, the production, I don't know how direct of a adaptation this is.
Right.
If it's like line for line and the blocking's all the same and everything.
Right.
But I do wonder if that's part of the problem.
Oh, for sure. That could be. Yeah.
Right. And that's something that maybe worked on stage, because that's the thing too, is like if you were to go see Cats.
Right.
On Broadway. Mm-hmm. I think the fact that you're in a beautiful theater and it's Broadway,
sure,
and you're in New York, and I feel like that can do a lot of heavy lifting for bad theater experience.
That's for sure. If you've just been out at dinner, you have a few drinks flowing, maybe you don't realize just what you're watching.
It makes it a more memorable experience. Yep. You're like, oh yeah, that time we went to go see Cats.
Sure. Yeah.
Right? As opposed to that, the hour and 45 minutes I wasted on my couch.
Exactly. So, two comments, and I think you've really hit the nail on the head here. It might just be the underlying story, because the movie itself, again, I think just did the best with what it could. I think I walked into this, I came in with open expectations of maybe I'll like it, maybe it might win me over. But then I also had equal expectations of, hey, if it's bad, I'll have a hoot just watching this bad movie. And it wasn't hilariously bad. Like, I've seen some bad movies where it's just, you just even have a chuckle or you even have a gut laugh just deep down in there just because it's so bad, it's so farcical. This movie, I'm going to relate to this, and this is the first thing that came to my mind. I feel like it's kind of like thermodynamics when you're talking about, like, there's no such thing as something being cold. Something is hot when it has energy, and when something doesn't have energy or has a lack of heat, it's less warm. This is how I feel this movie was. This movie wasn't bad. Nothing about it, like, when I pick here or there, this or that, like, nothing was outrageously bad. It's just there was a severe lack of high quality art.
Right. Oh, and I think maybe with one or two exceptions, I think there's maybe one or two moments where I was like,
sure,
what is happening?
Sure. Yeah. But not overall,
that,
not for the whole thing.
It wasn't bad. It was just so neutral.
Yes. Yeah.
It was such a neutral experience. There was no, right. There was one or two moments where I was like, okay, that's kind of bad. Yep. But there weren't really any moments where I was like, ooh, that was good.
Right. No. And just related to the neutralness, like, it just became a chore to view. Like, after a certain point, it kind of just was dragging on, and I'd be like, okay, is this number over yet? Let's move on to where we're going with this story.
Yeah.
I think, talking just less generally and more specifically about the plot here, I think maybe a problem I have with it is, to me, it felt a little... You've mentioned this, a movie you recommended to me, and others we've just talked about, like, hey, a movie where you watch it for 2 hours, and what is actually happening? Like, has anything actually happened? I feel like with this movie, like, I was waiting for that climax to kind of peak and something substantial to happen. And for me, personally, it felt a little flat. Like, there was no real resolution. Like, Idris Elba wasn't really defeated. It was just more the magician kind of haphazardly, accidentally brought back old Deuteronomy. And then later on, Idris Elba kind of, like, jumps on the floating balloon and then just kind of falls off, and then that's it. Like, even when old Deuteronomy and the rest of the cats were held prisoner, there's some half ridiculous, just Rebel Wilson somehow escapes. I just felt, from a story perspective, after watching a movie for an hour and 45 minutes, I was expecting there to be some more kind of substantial kind of climax to overcome. And it really just was like, no, it kind of resolved in, like, literally 2 minutes. So it's just been an hour and 40 minutes of us learning about different cats.
Yeah, like, I mean, I frequently, I think this was partially it moving from plot point to plot point so quickly,
sure,
and not really fleshing anything out.
Yep.
But I frequently asked myself, okay, what is happening?
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Like, I feel like the movie just threw a lot of things at you and said, okay, so then right. This happens, okay? Accept it.
Sure.
Yeah.
Or if you don't accept it, go on Wikipedia and read along.
Yeah, kind of. Like, I just felt like I was asked to go along with a bunch of things.
Yeah. Just skipping to the end, we can pop back and forth here, but I'm just curious, with the Jellicle choice, like with Grezabel, when she's floating off into the clouds, like, is it something fantastical and a new life she's going towards, or is this more a real world thing where, as a cat, she doesn't realize she's just going to float away and either die or crash or starve to death?
Who the hell knows?
like yeah,
honestly, I
don't know, like, because there's so many, like, it's a fantastical movie, but in some ways I'm like, well, it is, like, do humans obviously kind of exist, although we don't really see humans.
We do right at the beginning.
Oh, right, because they drop off.
Victoria gets
True.
thrown, and she's like in a sack.
True. We
don't see faces or anything.
True. Yep.
But we get a clear indicator that, yes, people are
right.
a thing.
Yep. I have to admit, I'm also a Taylor Swift fan, so I feel like of the 18 people worldwide that went and saw this film, probably 80% came for Taylor Swift. But her song was also just kind of, eh. You know?
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. What were your thoughts on just Ian McKellen just throughout this experience?
Ian McKellen.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I'm trying to think. I've never seen a performance of his that I don't like,
Right.
and I don't know if I'm ready to say that this changes that.
Right.
I think he's a professional.
Oh yeah.
And I think that he I think when you're placed in a crappy movie, you have I think you have one of two options. You can just start phoning it in.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And you can be like, this is dumb, I don't want to be a part of this,
Right.
so I'm not going to try.
Sure. Right.
Or you can give it your all and treat it like a serious piece of art,
Right.
even though you don't think it will be.
Yep.
And I think for the most part, I think that's what he did.
Yep. Yeah, I surprisingly, just the magic of him. I watched his scenes and I said, by Jove, this is just flaming garbage, but you have me captivated in your scene, regardless of what's surrounding you here. You're still a magician as far as acting.
Yeah, I mean, I think it had the same effect for me as Bill Murray had in Lost in Translation.
What?
I thought the movie was total crap, but anytime Bill Murray was on screen, I'm like, but it's Bill Murray.
But okay, this I will not let stand. You cannot. I hope this isn't what you're implying, but you cannot say Lost in Translation is anywhere near close to Cats. Please,
if I'm
for the love of God.
If I'm giving it like a proper objective,
Sure.
something I would publish
Yep.
and break down, which film is a better film overall.
Sure.
I wouldn't give an answer. I'm not. Okay. I wouldn't say that. What I will say.
Sure.
Is I would much rather rewatch Cats than sit and watch Lost in Translation again.
I've never
didn't enjoy Cats. I didn't enjoy Cats. I hated Lost. Like I've never ended a movie and felt as strongly like what just happened? Why did I just do this? Is that it? Do I have to like flip the tape over? Like what? Is there no ending? Is there no middle part? Like what is okay? Is there a director's cut or something where they actually resolve any of the plot points?
Right.
Or I hated Lost in Translation. And so did the person I was watching it with. So
Sure.
that I don't feel like I'm just some outlier.
The two things I'll say to that is, one, I obviously respect, because if I love a movie, that doesn't necessarily mean you'll love it or Joe down the street loves it. It's subjective, and that's totally cool. The one thing that is absolutely heartbreaking, that I've never felt so, like, I can totally empathize with Padme in Revenge of the Sith, but Brady, you just saying that you would rather rewatch Cats than Lost in Translation, you are breaking my heart, and you're going down a path I can't follow.
The way I feel about Lost in Translation, because I really like Bill Murray.
Sure.
And I really like ScarJo.
ScarJo is, yeah, for sure.
So it's literally like, it would be like someone had left flaming dog crap on your front door. And then when you stomp it out, right, and clean up the mess, you realize,
right.
Wow, wrapped up in all of this awful garbage there's 2 diamonds in here.
What?
What is happening?
I'm so confused with this analogy.
I'm saying that I'm saying that Scarlett Johansson and Bill Murray are two diamonds wrapped in a flaming bag of dog crap that is.
This is okay. As much as I find this hilarious, and as much as I disagree with it,
let's shift gears. Let's review Lost in Translation.
Honestly, oh boy, I actually think that would be a fun review. I think there'd be some meat on that bone. Yeah,
like honestly, like headlines right now should read.
Yeah.
And this, and this is not to make light of anything. Sure. This is, I'm 100%, this isn't me making light of current situations.
Sure, no.
This is me trashing Lost in Translation. But headlines will read, COVID-19, worst thing since Lost in Translation.
No.
Most devastating thing to humanity.
That's not even...
It's such a bad movie. I don't know how you like it.
I think that's just where we're different. I don't think I could watch it every year, but every few years,
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Back to Cats.
Cats, I want to talk about the visual effects.
Sure. Yeah,
because a lot, visual effects...
Yeah, a lot was made of them.
The visual effects were the thing that everyone was crapping on. Everyone said, like, oh, the visual effects is awful. Even, was it James Corden and Rebel Wilson at the Oscars?
Perhaps.
Yeah, at the Oscars came out, and they're like, as actors in the film Cats, we understand better than anyone, the importance of good visual effects.
Sure.
Listen, visual effects are not the issue that I had with this movie. There was one or two scenes where, like, I think when we first meet Rebel Wilson's character, and she's like on the kitchen floor or something, doing like playing with her tail provocatively.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of like weird sexual overtones in this film.
Sure.
But and so there was a couple shots like that where I was like, the green screen here is a little janky. Like I don't know what's happening here. But for the most part, I didn't find it distractingly bad. And then I'll go as far as to say there were some moments where I thought the effects were pretty damn good. Like I was like, there was a couple of shots where I could pause it and freeze the frame and look at it and really break down what I was seeing and go, I don't know what else I would want from this scene.
No,
visually.
I think I agree, because there was one scene to me that I was kind of like, okay, I can see, like, it was just James Corden, I think, kind of like he was caught on a garbage bin, like between two legs, and
as James Corden usually is.
And it just seemed a little it didn't really flow that well, but as far as just visuals. But other than that, like as much as people were going on about this, I thought it was quite fine.
I expected to see something. Yeah, I expected to see total garbage.
Now, there were some rumors. I'm going to call them rumors because I read it online. I'm not sure if it's legitimate or not. There were some speculation that there was an original release where there were a lot of errors, that like it actually had, say, for example, Judi Dench's actual human hand with like her wedding ring on that they forgot to CGI over. I don't know if this is true, like if they kind of touched up some like after it was released or not. I can't comment on how true or false that is. That's just something I read.
Yeah, I'm looking at so I'm looking at it right now.
Sure.
From Cinema Blend.
Okay.
And the film did have more than one version.
Oh, okay.
So maybe it was horrendous.
Maybe.
I'd kind of be curious to get my hands
on that original.
On it.
Yeah.
But everyone's reporting on this.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Vanity Fair. Yeah. Okay. So, but I don't know. That's hard to say then. You know, it's hard to gauge it on. It's hard to gauge it.
We can only gauge what we saw, and what we saw was more than fine.
For sure.
So, yeah.
For sure. Like tonight, I plan on watching Sonic. So I'll let you know.
Yeah.
Right? See, but that's like another... I've heard the CG in it is still really bad.
Cool.
but it's kind of like you can't judge the film off the original character design because we'll never get to see that.
Right, because they changed it.
So
yeah,
but anyways, the version of it that is available for home video, if you went and saw it initially, and you're only okay, I'll say this completely confidently: if you went and saw this film in the theater, and you saw the original version of it in the theater, like before they fixed any of the effects,
right,
and your only issue, like the thing that wrecked the movie for you, was the CGI, give it another chance,
right,
because you'll love it now.
Yeah, if that was,
or it'll be much better,
right.
If that's your issue, then I don't think that's an issue anymore.
If that was the only issue, yeah.
Yes,
yeah.
If you have taste and don't like it for more legitimate reasons,
Right.
then I don't know. I mean, we're all, maybe you'll reach that point of boredom in cabin fever.
Yeah. Well, is there? I'm kind of out of my notes. Is there anywhere else you wanted to kind of go with?
I've got no. I've no. Aside from the trash bin,
yeah.
I've taken cats as far as I can take it.
All right. Well, I'll give you my score out of 10, and then I'll let you kind of give yours. Yeah, just for the main reasons we talked about. The musical numbers fell flat to me. The plot was super flat, just with the really kind of coerced. It felt like the escape scene was just written for Rebel Wilson's type of humor. The magician like accidentally saving old Deuteronomy, and just I was never really emotionally involved. I gave it a resounding 2.2 out of 10, which well falls within, I guess, if I'm at the cottage with no Wi-Fi and it's raining, I might watch it. But in this case, I still don't think I would.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's interesting. I gave it a 3.2.
Interesting.
Which I think is still higher than I gave Lost in Translation.
Oh my god. Just you've got that knife in there and you keep twisting it. You're just like
give it a
crank.
I'm just flicking the knife a little. Yeah. I gave it a 3.2.
Yeah. Okay. I mean,
I can pretty confidently say I'll probably never watch this movie again.
Agreed.
I mean, I don't have a cottage.
Right.
So
right.
that scenario likely won't happen.
Sure. Yeah.
To me. But yeah, no, it was real bad.
Mm-hmm. It was
real bad.
Yeah. I do have a shout out unless you have one.
I do.
Sure. We can have two shout outs.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, you give yours.
All right. So this one is to Pablo for kind of being one of those fans who did recommend us and really demanded that we watch this movie on more than one occasion.
Way to go, Pablo.
Mm-hmm. This one's on you.
Yeah, this is your fault.
Who's your shout out?
What a jerk.
He's a nice guy. I
thought James Marsden was a wiener.
Oh, James Marsden. James Marsden.
No, I'm sorry. Pablo, I can't put you in the same boat as James Marsden. I'm sorry.
No.
Sorry for that.
Yeah, that was too far.
So my shout out is for two people directly and then a larger group as a general thing.
Okay.
3 people, actually.
Sure.
3 people directly.
Okay.
The first person is my girlfriend.
Oh, cool.
Who is a PSW.
Oh, cool. Oh, wow.
The second person is my sister.
Oh, cool.
Who is a paramedic.
Oh, wow. So they're all...
And the third person is you.
Oh.
Who also work in a hospital. And don't really have a lot of choice in going to work right now.
Right.
Don't get to stay home and self-quarantine and work alone.
Right. No.
And so that's frightening, right? Because you're not only worried about infecting yourself, you're worried about coming home and infecting your families, and it's just you and the grocery store clerks. Like, I don't,
Yes, there's so
what a time to make minimum wage.
Yeah. There's so many professions we're relying on just to keep us afloat. That from frontline workers at the grocery store or truck drivers or healthcare professionals. Yeah. It's definitely an interesting time, to say the least.
Well, yeah. Well, I was talking to my sister about it, the paramedic, and she said, like the biggest thing for them right now is anyone who says that they think they've got it and isn't following the proper protocol of like, if you think you have it, call if they call 911,
right,
then the paramedics come and change into all their garb and then have to take. So it's just this constant,
Yeah.
It's scary, man.
It is scary,
but thanks for everyone who's who's going above and beyond, and the truckers and
and
all those people.
Let's all do our part and just continue to self-isolate. Be smart about it. Don't risk.
And wash your damn hands.
Wash your hands. Don't put others at risk. Don't put yourself at risk.
Right.
Yeah.
It's not worth it.
No.
So
cool.
Okay. Well, so because it's a midweek episode, because we're rolling out a lot more content than usual, not all of our episodes, only our Sunday episodes, with the exception of our Titanic one because it was recorded out of sequence. Anyways, not all of our episodes are going to have us talking about what we watched, just because if we are uploading twice, sometimes 3 times a week, there's just not enough time to have watched those movies.
Not at all.
So Sunday episodes will still be the hey, what did you watch?
Yeah.
Thing. Yeah.
Cool.
So okay, well, go out and watch Cats, and then drink
by
a lot.
By go
Maybe
out.
Drink before.
By go out, you mean stay in and watch Cats.
Stay in and watch Cats. Go out of the closet that you listen to the show in and rejoin your family.
Right. Until next time.